Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight. That first piece was called Rule of Three. It was originally supposed to be a percussion trio, but I didn't want to make one of the four of them cry, so we just had to go with a quartet. No, they did a fantastic job. That was Luke Dolan, Joseph King, Braylon Kirscher, and Hayden Wade as our percussion solos. Can we give them another round of applause? It's a really fantastic composer who is younger than me, Viet Quang. Just an incredible musical mind. He does some really cool stuff with, it's hard to play, but it sounds really cool when the same melody gets passed around the whole section. We spent a little bit of time working that one up. This next piece we're going to play, another wonderful composer, a little bit less common. Her name is Yukiko Nishimura. This piece is meant to give some of our young percussionists some really exposed opportunities to play by themselves. We have like 400 percussionists back there, so to find a piece where only 5 of them can play is rare. So we're very happy to have the freshman percussionists doing a great job back there, but this is Ancient Flower. I almost forgot my handkerchief in my office, and the front row is very thankful that I'm not going to sweat all over their music for the rest of this concert. This concert, as you can see on the program, we've got 7 pieces of music, which is a lot for a high school concert, but we'll get you out of here pretty quick. But the reason we picked 7 pieces is I wanted to make sure that the students got a wide range of historical significance. Those first 2 pieces are very modern, contemporary pieces written within the last 5 years. This piece is not that. Originally written by Morton Gould, a very well-known American composer. It was our chance to talk about swing music and how to stylistically play that in a concert band versus a jazz band like we would normally do. So there's a couple of little features around there. I think we've got Dane back there in a trumpet solo. But it's all supposed to be very, very bouncy. I hope you enjoy Pavane by Morton Gould. Now, I didn't mention it before that piece, but if any of you were watching your freshman percussionist back there, you probably saw what looked to be like a march of the wooden toy soldiers, back and forth. Most of the time, playing mallets in high school music is a pretty big step up from some of the middle school music that we're used to. It's like all the composers were like, well, they were playing somewhat easy stuff, so let's give them the hardest possible thing that they can sometimes get a little freaked out about. All of the percussionists on this one, this was their mallet piece to get really comfortable with. And they did a fantastic job, so I want to give a shout out to all the mallet percussionists on that last one. So it kind of leads me to my through line of this entire concert, which is how lucky I am to have such thoughtful and impressive student musicians. The support they get from you and this community is really special, and the way that they are able to think about music is a little bit different than some of the other local schools because of the time that we have of 70 minutes for rehearsal and being able to, Dr. Gerke is nice enough to let me do some kind of things with them when it comes to programming that we get to have some fun with up here. This next piece demonstrates that in a really cool way. Yesterday at our dress rehearsal in here, the first day, we were kind of struggling with this piece a little bit to get it to lock in, and I realized that I was the problem. You'll hear why. It's a very cool piece, but I think I was getting in the way of their musicianship. So I decided that I'm just not going to conduct it. Yesterday, we made that decision. So the band's going to do this one without me. And when I say we have special musicians in West Superior, you're going to see why that they can do this on one-day notice and play through a piece that, for those of you that are music nerds back there, this piece does have measures of 7/8 in it, so it's not like I picked a piece that only has 4/4. So everyone else is like, I have no idea why that is. That must be impressive, but I have no idea why. Ask your kid about it after the concert. But this next piece is a wonderful piece called Airwaves. as some of our percussionists kind of clear out for this next piece, this was a piece that I told everyone in the group it was going to be the hardest one, and no matter what, I wasn't going to cut it, because it's arguably the most important piece that we're doing tonight. This is a piece called Pageant by Vincent Persichetti, who is kind of known as the godfather of modern harmony that we use in a lot of the contemporary music. This piece was written in the 1950s, but it does not sound like it was written in the 50s. There's a lot of really rich, kind of deep chords that you're going to hear, as well as some tension, right? Now, some astute parents will be like, he says this whenever they're about to play a piece that might have wrong notes in it. I think that's what he does. He says tension to make it so that way. No, but this one really does have some of this crunchiness in here. So when you hear those things, it's completely intentional and not a mistake. But the fun part about this is, versus the last piece where the band really could do this by using their own musicianship and their own ability to listen and kind of groove, this piece requires a little bit more assistance. There's a lot of really intricate pieces that fit together, and sections are playing different things from people in their own section. So that should be enough time for a percussionist to be ready. This is Pageant. So in case anyone were wondering, that was 100% perfect. Just now, this next piece we're going to do is a bit of a programmatic piece of music. So programmatic music is music that is intended to tell a story through the themes that are happening. This one is called Roswell, 1947. So for you history buffs, you'll get an idea of the type of story. For those of you that don't know, there was a alleged UFO crash landing in Roswell in 1947. So you're going to hear some things that represent what a feeling might be of that entire evening, okay? if you are in the rows right at the top of the bottom of this first section, just watch out for your heads. The percussionists will do their absolute best not to brain you. However, Zofia is tall, Soraya is not as tall, so we just gotta be careful. Okay? You're gonna hear a lot of cool percussion sound effects. Again, with as many really good, talented percussionists that we have, it's important to try to find things that are engaging them in different ways of coming up with their own musical ideas. So someone thought of using our old whirlies that we used a couple years ago for a piece. Works really well. There was a couple of ideas that were left on the cutting room floor. Hayden knows what's up. But you're gonna hear a lot of different things. We've got some crystal wine glasses in the back. Can you guys play those a little bit? So if you hear that sound and you're wondering what it is, that's there. We've got, Luke is back there with an open cooler. I swear he's not drinking soda back there. He's gonna be playing what's gonna be called a water gong. Hitting a gong and dunking it in a cooler full of water. It's a really cool effect, but take a listen for it. It's in a slower section, you'll be able to hear it. But other than that, there's a lot of cool percussion things going on. Joseph is playing our vibraphone with pennies placed on specific bars. So if you hear something that sounds like a broken vibraphone, it's intentional. It's not actually a busted instrument. So a lot of cool effects. It's called Roswell 1947. Hope you enjoy. All right. Our final piece of this concert, thank you again so much for coming out, is by a Mexican composer by the name of Arturo Marquez. He has mainly orchestral works, but there are two of his works that have been transcribed. Got to hold it at the top, sorry. That have been transcribed for band. And one of them is really, really famous, and one of them is a little bit less so. We're doing the slightly less so because we played the really famous one a couple years ago. Which gives me a chance to actually mention and give a shout out to some more of our incredible musicians that are in this ensemble. Four of these students actually did play his other more famous work, Denzone No. 2, just last week, Thursday, down at the Overture Center in Madison as members of the State Honors Band. So out of hundreds and hundreds of students in the state of Wisconsin audition, we had 4 students from this band be selected to perform in that group. So at this point, I'd like to recognize Anna Metcalf on flute. Phoenix Roten on string bass. Hayden Wade in percussion. And Braylon Kirscher in the percussion section as well. Not only is it an incredible privilege and an honor to be in that group, I actually was coaching the jazz trumpets at the same time, so I snuck into their rehearsal and was talking to their section coaches a little bit. And their section coaches had, well, aside from Phoenix, he didn't have a section coach. The string bass in the concert band world, he gets lumped in with other people. But I was talking to the percussion section coach in particular, and everybody had nothing but incredible things to say about our musicians and the way that they think about music, which is something I think is really special about this program, is all the students in here are asked to think about music, not just perform exactly what's on the page and make decisions. So there are bigger schools in our area that don't send students to state honors or haven't sent students in 4 or 5 years, and we've had a run now of almost every year we've got students that are in the groups since I started. It's incredible, and it's a credit to you as the support systems for our musicians. So thank you for supporting this band program, not just our state honors students, but everybody. So please, thank you. I'll give you a round of applause. But it makes my job really satisfying to know that these students are well cared for musically and that they're supported. So thank you for coming out. This last piece is Arturo Marquez's Conga del Fuego Nuevo. All right, McKenna, let's go to the next lights and see if this thing stops spinning. As cool as it is, it's going to distract me the whole piece. I'm sorry. Okay, it's gone. Now we get the other fancy lights. Thank you again so much. That was really good.